Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 27 of the Grupetto. On my left here, we have Cameron Jeffers.
Good morning.
Right over there is Tim on a potato of an internet connection. And right next to me, as always, the anchor of the show. It's Jesper.
Hello.
Anchor.
Pleasure to be on.
Everybody all right, boys?
Yeah, it's a bit early, mate.
It's a bit early. It is for you, isn't it, Cam?
Well, normally we do these podcasts like in the evening.
I know. But,
And it's currently 9:15 in the AM.
When people let you down last minute because they want to spend all them dollars, then you have to change your plan of action. Cameron went to buy a brand new Lamborghini yesterday with all his Patreon money, didn't you, Cam?
Yeah, reveal coming soon.
I'll tell you one thing he hasn't bought: a new pair of trousers.
What?
If I see them camouflage trousers again, I'm gonna pull them down, mate, and spike your bottom.
I've had those for about 4 years, and I intend to have them for at least 4 more.
No shit. I can tell you've had them for 4 years. They're losing the camouflage ability.
No, mate, I'm all.
He's got them on now. Have you got them on now?
I've got my pajamas on now, but. If you find something that works and if you find something that fits, just stick with it. I literally wear like the same four outfits. I've just got like 10 different black hoodies and I just rotate them all.
All right, so
yeah, it's all right.
I mean, I only wear the same pair of trousers five weeks in a row before they get washed. Let's get cracking on with the podcast.
You only own Wahoo and CyclingHub t-shirts, so you can't say anything.
Yeah, right. I know. I went to a speed awareness course last week, and I opened the wardrobe, and I was like, I can't just go in a cycling t-shirt. I need to look like a normal citizen. It took me ages to find something. Tim.
Yeah.
Want to kick off with this bad boy? So for those of you listening, we got dropped the brand new Rome yesterday. It dropped worldwide official release, weren't it?
Worldwide. Just thought I'd talk about Cam's opinion, your opinion, Jesper, who hasn't ridden it but has obviously looked at it, as opinion, and then mine. What are your thoughts?
Yours.
Well, mine, I like it. I'm not sure it does a lot more than what everyone else does, but it just does what it does better, I think, is probably how I would come to conclusion on it. So the mapping is a little bit better, the screen is a little bit sharper. It's still aerodynamic, like a bolt, and it's nice and black and sleek, much like your hair, Chris.
Thanks, mate. Well, it's not black anymore, is it? Look at the greyness of it.
Cam, how did you find? I did speak to Louis, who said he had a small heart attack when he saw that you used the out front mount on a mountain bike.
Why? What was wrong with that?
Something about the mount, like. His Rome is a slightly older version, and now they've completely changed all of the out front mounts because in initial testing on mountain bikes they snapped. So they've basically beefed up. The out front mount is now the same shape but in a different material or something to give it more strength, because people were using it's based on a bolt mount, isn't it? And a bolt mount is used except if you do Rutland on a road, so you'll get road rumble, but you won't get like big roots. And then they realized in initial testing, which is what you had as your mount, that it was losing some weakness around where it joins the handlebar. So yeah, he watched Cam's video first up at 1 o'clock yesterday and was just like, I'm so glad that didn't break.
Favoritism. Cheers,
yeah, he messaged me last night, Chris, and said that your video it just wasn't as good as Cam's.
I've still got his Rome here. So
No, I replied with the fact that it was 25 minutes long, and I watched all of it, even though I knew what was happening in it. So
right, he really did say Cam's was better. No, Cam's is good. Cam's is good, no doubt.
Cam's was better because you were in it, Chris.
I liked your I like your music over the GoPro footage.
Thanks, mate.
Anyway, my opinions on the Wahoo room. I liked it, but like Tim said, it kind of didn't feel a whole lot different to the Bolt. It just seemed like a bigger, kind of sleeker looking version. It's like when a new iPhone comes out, like the screen how it comes to the corners, like it just seemed like a more professional looking unit. But in terms of the user interface, it was very similar. The mapping was a little bit better having that bigger screen, but in the past I've always been a fan of smaller computers anyway, so I think overall I was pretty impressed, pretty pleased with it. I don't think I've got anything kind of bad I want to say about it, like anything. Yeah. What about you, Chris?
Can we? Well, it's clear that no one gives a shit about my opinion on this. So who cares?
Still love you, Chris. I still love you.
Cheers, Jess. Can we change Cameron's name also to corporate Jeffers instead? Next time?
No, just Cameron Jeffers
like
ad.
Yeah, I'm the same with Cam. I am gonna say I think that they've missed a trick in the fact that this is here. And the LEDs here, get rid of all that, I thought, and have the whole screen, have the whole fascia as the screen. That's kind of the biggest gripe I'd have with it. Other than that, yeah, I like it. Well, I took it out for training yesterday, and it's so much better having a bigger screen when you're training to see bigger numbers and see bigger data fields and be able to like look, because I was doing sprints, look down at it and instantly see my power instead of looking at the bottom going, where's my, oh, there it is. Oh, I've finished my effort now anyway, so. That was cool.
What about one of the most used points
in the Bolt? Again, Tim?
The LEDs, from what they see used on the app, they get back the information they get back through the app. The LEDs are like one of the most used features on the whole thing on the Bolt, so that's why they've sort of made a point of them on the Roam.
Yeah, I don't think they're not intrusive. As clear. I don't think they're as clear as they are on the Bolt. They didn't seem as bright and as easy to see compared to my Bolt. Because I put them on for like the power, because it's easy just to see what zone you're in just by looking at them. But it seems that I couldn't in training yesterday. This was the one. This side was the training one. So I was supposed to be hitting like 200 watts. So it'd sit in the middle with a white light, and then every time I went under it or over it, it'd shine blue lights up and above it. So it was all right. But yeah, it didn't seem as clear and as bright as the other ones. But what about the price point?
I'm not really entitled to an opinion on it because I haven't actually used it. But from watching your video, Chris, the main selling point to me was the actual display just looked slicker, better, more visible. When you did the side-by-side comparison between the Bolt and the Roam, it was night and day. Like it looked like it was superimposed with the numbers on there. It was so clear to see the numbers. Everything was easy to get to on the Roam, where the Bolt just kind of looked matte and boring.
Yeah, pretty much. You're right. Nailed it. We didn't need to do a 25-minute video.
Just do that video. Price
we
point
didn't even
wise.
need to. We didn't even need to actually get the Roam. We could have just got Jesper to look at it and gone, that's leaker. Boom.
That's better.
Sometimes, I mean, it's as simple as that.
I mean, he is wearing, for those of you not watching. Sorry, Cam. Jesper is sat in a Wahoo t-shirt, by the way.
Yeah. Cam's wearing a Wahoo hat.
I would like to know also. It says,
I'm in my Wahoo t-shirt.
See, I was right. All you own is Wahoo and CyclingHub t-shirts.
Yeah, you're right. Right, price point. Just quickly, let's touch on it. I mean, for me personally, it's out of my price range. Cameron will just throw money at it like it's a 10 pence mix or something.
God.
I'm so horrible to Cam on the podcast. I love him when I see him in person.
You should have seen him in person the other day.
Did he get an autograph?
You were all over me.
A selfie?
Yeah, he took a picture and everything.
I love you, Cam.
I think it's also quite expensive. It's kind of, I think the way I said it in the video was what I still believe. It's a case of, when the first Bolt came out, it was priced a little bit cheaper than the Garmin's to maybe try and attract people to it. People bought it. People started to like it. Wahoo grew the market share. Now they've got that market share. They've put the prices up in line with Garmin's, and I think they should have just kept it a little bit cheaper. I mean, and kept that not niche, but you know, they've always been cheaper and they've always been better than Garmin. So just keep it like that and
that US
take over
that
the world.
USP.
It's still
USP.
cheaper than Garmin though. Like I remember
It's
buying
cheap,
an
yeah.
Edge 810 and I paid like $350 for it, H20 whatever it was when I first bought a bike computer, and that alone back then, like 3 or 4 years ago, was $350.
Crazy.
How much is the Garmin 1000 right now? Actually,
Probably
About
$499.
£90.
yeah.
$499.
$399.
It's $399. Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
Halford, yeah,
Damn.
Halford's, but Halford sell it for $299.
All
Who
right.
buys
They're
from
not
Halford
sponsored.
anyway?
Don't mention them.
The 1030.
Old man.
The 10,000, 1000, the 1030.
Yeah, the 1030 is the
1030,
latest one.
Okay, wow. Okay, yeah, the 1030 is like 420.
I also like how
But-
Garmin released a new bike computer like a week before Wahoo did it. Like, you think they have corporate spies that know when Wahoo is going to release stuff, and then they try to beat them to the punch?
Yeah.
Look at this.
Oh.
Bumblebee.
Well, for those of you not watching this, make sure you go and subscribe to the channel. But there's a wasp on Cameron's windowsill.
I don't.
what's
I don't.
Cam gonna do?
I don't like that. I don't like that.
Cutting edge. Don't kill it.
No, I'm not gonna kill it. I'm not
Good.
an animal killer, but
All you hear in a second is...
I just dropped something.
Drops a book. No, the thing I think is the Bolt meets the 520 price point and the Rome meets the 830 price point, and then the 1030 is just more expensive than that.
Who's got
Yeah.
that much money to spend on one of them, though? That's crazy. Right, let's talk about the next subject. What shall we talk about? Where shall we go? I'm going to save Jesper's till the end. So, Cam, what you got for us?
I want to talk about the new.
Before, sorry, just to make it clear, that's so we can chop that bit off. All right, it makes editing a lot easier when we realise what Jesper says can't go out on air, and
Is
we
that
have
the
to chop
is that the
into it.
Mathieu
Right.
Van der Poel spiel?
We can do that
Oh,
too.
we're not even getting onto that. All right,
Anyway,
we'll do them both.
anyway, the team, the new informed, the new reinstated, the new reformed Team Sky, which is now Team Ineos. They released their brand new kit yesterday. The other big
Ineos?
announcement alongside the
Ineos.
Ineos,
In your ass.
in your ass.
Whoa, whoa.
Oh god, that escalated
God.
quickly.
Come on, Jesus Christ, Cameron.
But what I liked about this, so there's a British track team, which some of you guys will know, the Hoob Watt Bike, and they basically, I've got a picture here, just straight up, you know, it is a straight up imitation of the kit. It's burgundy at the top, a white logo across the chest into a black fade, and
Who had it first?
like, Hoob, the track team.
Right. I've never seen that. I
Everyone's
thought theirs was
kicking
like
off.
a black one.
No, it was last year, but this year it's like a burgundy,
Yeah.
a burgundy black fade. Just think of Team Ineos kit, but then change Ineos for Hoob, and then you have
Can
it.
I?
But
I was thinking last night, right, on my way back from the old physio. Is it now going to be called? Are they going to be referred to as Team Ineos all the time, or is it just going to be Ineos? Because Team Sky was Team Sky, but EF whatever education isn't Team EF education whatever or Team Quickstep. It's just Quickstep, isn't it? So is it going to be Team
I
Ineos
think-
or just Ineos?
I think Carlton will say Team Ineos.
No,
You don't
leave
like
team
it?
behind now. We know it's a team. No, it's just Ineos.
Apparently,
We know what you're talking
more news regarding the Team Ineos reformation. There's going to be anti-fracking activist protesters at the Tour de Yorkshire. So
Yep.
that should make some interesting viewing on TV today. We'll see how that pans out.
I wonder what. I don't think they'll do anything.
Did you
No,
see the
I
interview
think basically.
they did? Sorry. Did you
I
see
think
the
basically-
interview they did, Cam, with Ratcliffe,
one
the
at a
guy who
time,
owns
okay.
it? And he's like, the second that there is some sort of malactivity on Ineos, we're going to pull our sponsorship.
That's what he said.
I
My guy don't fuck around.
Imagine that. Imagine if there was a protest on the first stage of the Tour of Yorkshire, and then he went, "Do you know what? Nah, screw this. I'm off."
That'd be funny. World's shortest
Yeah.
sponsorship.
I was talking to Swifty. I probably can't say everything he told me, but it was quite interesting to hear how and why they came to be sponsoring them. The sponsorship started now as opposed to at the end of the year. So that was quite interesting. I'll tell you all offline. I can't
say
divulge
that.
that
You
kind
can't
of
say it on the
information.
podcast.
You tease.
Oh,
So-
I can.
Imagine being a
okay.
listener right now, because I'm not going to cut this out, but imagine being a listener right now and being like, Chris knows the story, but he's not going to tell me. Unsubscribe. Done. I always like Cameron Jeffers better.
Everyone likes Cameron Jeffers better anyway.
Apart from that one comment that you sent me the other day.
Which
What was
one?
it?
Oh
You
yeah,
sent me
someone.
like better than Cameron Jeffers or something. I
Yeah,
was like,
someone said on my vlog that it was better than Cameron
Screenshot,
Jeffers.
send.
I'm having that.
But then on the flip side, on Cameron's video yesterday, somebody commented, that Chris guy is a cock.
Did they?
It's so funny. Like that
yeah,
guy watched
no,
for 3
they
minutes
don't
and
get
then
me.
made an opinion on you, Chris. Just like straight up cock.
That's like I love it though. I love how people
Fair enough.
form such hatred opinions on watching like a couple minutes of someone on the internet.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It blows my mind. It literally blows my mind.
Chris, what's your thoughts on the F12?
It's exactly the same as the F10,
Ooh.
but red.
Oh.
Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me what the differences are.
Oh, they've changed they've changed the front fork and the handlebar, and they've made the chainstays deeper and all sorts of stuff apparently.
But it's interesting to see that they're still not running this. It's interesting to see they're still not running disc brakes.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah,
choice,
true.
isn't there?
Why do you
Sorry.
tell me that about that guy calling me a cock? I want to go and find it now and leave him a nice comment. Hiya, mate.
It's
I bloody love you.
It's about 2 swipes down. If you go on your phone, you swipe down 2 times, read 2 more comments, it's there. You'll see it.
Chris is
Wow.
triggered.
Doesn't take
You-
much
You,
these
you
days.
know it doesn't take much for me to get triggered.
Just
But that's
watch.
the thing, like Camp
No.
says,
Sorry.
it's the fact that someone forms an opinion within. I mean, he's not wrong. Let's be honest, he's not wrong, but he's formed that opinion
Yeah.
too quick for my liking. It's formed it just like that. But get to know me and then say I'm a cock. Don't just.
Bloke wearing
face
road
value.
kit turns up on mountain bike, does a wheelie, and then a track stand.
What's wrong with that? And for that reason, I'm a cock.
No, just saying what I saw. Chris,
Why
just
does
saying
it
what I saw.
matter what that one person said? For that one person saying you're a cock, you just hit 7,000 subscribers. That's 7,000 people saying, I want more Chris. Why does it matter?
Because I want to turn that man from a cock. Because you know what, right? The amount of times that I've gone online and someone said something mean, and then you just reply to them, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, actually, you're not really a cock, or oh, you're
Yeah.
not really that bad." And then you have like a really good relationship with those type of people.
I think sometimes
So-
people say stuff like that because they want to try and get your attention, and then they get your attention and they're like, "Oh, hi, Chris."
Yeah,
That's
maybe,
what
I
I've
don't know.
noticed. That's what I've noticed.
But I'm not a cock most of the time. Sometimes I'm a cock, but that's that's the same with everybody.
Do we need a
Everybody's
cock
every
intervention
now
for you, Chris?
and then. When
Hi,
no,
my
I think
name's-
when you
Hi, my
How
name's
do you
Pritchard and I'm a
Team
cop.
Ineos to a cock.
when you get 3 comments of being a cock in a YouTube video, then that's when you need an intervention.
It does, Tim, to answer your question, it does seem to be a natural progression from Team Ineos to cock intervention. There seems to be a very clear trend.
there is a correlation between the two.
Jesper in the office has been hating so hard on Team Ineos. It's funny.
It's not because Team Sky, I mean, everybody wants to hate them, but it's kind of tough because they stood for something. I mean, it was Britain's team. They wanted to win with a British rider. Now, what's left? Now you got this guy who just, like, what is Team Sky anymore? It's obviously
Wait a
nothing,
minute.
but what's the point?
But if anything, this team is more British now because it's not owned by a corporation,
That's exactly what I said.
or at least a foreign corporation.
But it doesn't feel
I
that
said, would
way.
you rather have Ratcliffe or Rupert Murdoch?
Exactly.
But the weird thing is you don't get a choice. Like suddenly you could be a Sky fan, and suddenly the next day it's called Ineos. Like this is what's wrong with cycling. Like you would have fanatic Sky fans on both sides of the spectrum. Now it's called Ineos. Now you got a new owner, new like ethos, new everything. It's just easier to hate this team than Sky.
Imagine being an NFL fan and your team moving across the country.
Imagine being a
Like, surely
NBA
that's
fan
worse.
back with the back pre-Thunder, whatever they were.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you're right though. It doesn't. It definitely feels different. It doesn't feel like Team Sky anymore.
Like that's the thing. How do you think a guy like Chris Froome, and I obviously don't care, they get paid a lot of money, but they were on Sky. They were sponsored by a TV station. Now they're sponsored by Ineos that have all these like environmental issues, and like you have Froome going out saying, "I don't really know enough about the environment to make a comment on whether or not Ineos is good for the sport." Literally, this guy was out there saving the whales. Now he's saying, "I don't really know." Like what the hell?
Wow, good point. But again, maybe it will force the team to be more proactive when it comes to saving the planet. They know that Ineos doesn't save the planet, so maybe they'll go out of the way to make sure that they get more knowledge on it and actually end up doing more. I don't know.
Perhaps.
You never know.
Do you actually like
Let's
the kit,
see.
guys? Do you think it's
It's
better than
literally
the
the
past one?
second day of it. No, I like the Sky. I like the blue.
No,
I like
Yeah, I think
I like Burgundy.
As I said to Jesper yesterday, like everyone's gone red.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vitus, Hoob.
Sunweb, Lotto, Bahrain.
So, all right then. What was your favorite ever Sky kit?
Is that really a thing people have?
It must be
I
10
didn't know.
years of Sky.
You know the dashes that they had.
The
yeah,
Adidas
Morse
one.
code.
Yeah, it was code for like their Palmares.
No, it was not their Palmares. It was their
was.
blood bag numbers. It was their blood bag numbers.
Oh wow.
Reinstating my fact from earlier, I still love you, Chris. Thank you.
Thanks, mate.
Did anyone see the picture? Somebody took a picture of the Sky kit and then put a block bag next to it, and they look exactly the same.
Oh, talking of blood, we can
Surely
segue
that's even
nicely
more so with Ineos.
into Jesper's
Oh,
pick topic for today.
it's not the first one. I want to talk about. I know people want to hear the Matthew Van Der Poel. If we get to it, we get to it. But I think this one is more.
Oh no, this is the one I was on about.
Yeah, I know.
Testosterone, blood. It's
Caster
the same thing.
Semenya. I don't really follow much of athletics, but this popped up in my feed. She's been forced to take medication in order to lose her testosterone levels. So she was born with like a sexual disorder, which gives her like XY chromosomes instead of like XX. And she's a very dominant runner in the 800 meters. And this trial has been going on for a while now. And she lost her case to like CAS and IAF. And now, in order to compete in the World Championships after the 8th of May, she has to take drugs that purposely handicap her performance because her testosterone levels are naturally too high. How freaking wrong is that? Like what the hell? What do you guys think?
So if it's am I in the right understanding? If you're born with XY chromosome, you are a man, and XX, you are a woman. Is it as simple as that or not?
I don't know.
Right.
She was born
Science.
in like
She's a
a
woman,
grey
like-
zone.
She has.
Yeah, she's a
she has
woman.
women. She has
Yeah.
women like full women functionality.
Yes.
Yeah.
But her and other competitors that have this sexual disorder, whatever it is, that have higher testosterone levels are forced to take medication now in order to get to a level playing field. And it's only for the longer distance events. It's only between like 400 and a mile because they have ruled that for lesser events it doesn't matter. Who the hell comes up with this sort of thing? There's no evidence supporting this. They've just literally said, you're a man, testosterone levels need to go down.
You're a man.
That's what they say by saying you
you're
need
right,
to take
you're
something
right.
medication. Like
Um,
my point is, Chris, if they say it's for the long distance events that you need to take this medication, how long before the same thing comes to cycling? Because I am sure that there are some ladies in the peloton that have higher levels of testosterone than others, and over long distance events that matters. So when does the same ruling come to cycling? If so, isn't that just retarded?
yeah. But doesn't testosterone also help produce lean muscle mass as well? So surely it's going to help in the shorter sprinty events where you can actually put muscle on and become more powerful and stronger.
You would know.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Wow. Was it you that left that comment calling me a cock?
One of Cameron's 10 alt accounts that he comments from.
All right, I'm just going to throw this out there then. So if she has to do that, why are transgender people allowed to identify as a woman and just start simply racing against women?
No clue.
I don't want to go too deep into that, but it seems that that's the case.
Mon was racing a lady the other day that's had the changes.
Really?
And we were discussing. This is an interesting one because they've spent their life training as a male at that sort of higher physiological capability, and then they change to a female. And are they still benefiting from that kind of higher training volume, higher training stress, and being like a physically stronger person? Are they still benefiting from that, even though they've become a woman? It's an interesting one.
Yeah, because people. Yeah, let's not get too much into it. And the fact that there's 3 white men here talking about it.
Where's the fourth one?
Oh, I forgot. We've got a thingy on the end, haven't we? There.
Yeah.
Actually, she can have an opinion, can't she?
Oh.
I'm kidding. But the fact that people say that dopers shouldn't be allowed to return to the pro peloton because they are still benefiting off that doping that they did back in the day, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, whatever. They still benefit from it. So that's the same. You benefit from being a man, having all that testosterone, building all that muscle, building that lean muscle mass, having less fatty deposits on your body, having longer limbs and everything else that goes with it, to then becoming a woman and taking that advantage with you. Yeah, it's a grey area that I don't want to touch.
No, and I don't think we're qualified enough to go into that conversation because we don't know the technicalities behind it. So let's save our own dignity and move on.
You can say
right. What I want to talk about today is trainer difficulty on Zwift.
Oh my god!
So you say you want to save dignity, and then Chris chooses the one subject that loses all dignity.
Well, I was going to comment that the fact that Caster Semenya has to reduce her testosterone is just similar to everyone riding the same gear ratio that everyone keeps going on about. But that's not really leveling the playing field.
Record, Pritchard.
No, I want to hear you say that one. Please explain yourself.
I keep getting comments on that video every now and again. People will watch it at face value and go, "Why don't you just change gear?" Anyway, no. Jess, just give us an insight. Come on, before we end this podcast, because I know everybody wanted to talk about it. Everyone wanted to hear your opinion on it. MVDP.
Whoa. Let's be careful here. Let's be careful. Think about.
I'm the most careful person here, right?
Think about the children.
Okay.
Think about the children.
Yeah.
So over the weekend,
think about the lawyers. Defamation.
Over the last week, there was a crap ton of hate in regards to e-racing, right? Like even Cameron was called a joke, love. People are so easy to hate on e-racing, which is so dumb. Then you watch what Matthew Van Der Poel did in Amstel Gold Race, and everyone holding to this massive pedestal being like, oh my god, we've just witnessed history, best athlete on earth. What I don't get is the hypocrisy, the double standards of saying this is amazing and this is shit. I would love people to just take a critical view on it and be like, look, it's amazing, we've seen the power data, but sometimes in cycling when something is crazy, there's a reason why. My opinion.
Are you saying if it's too good to be true, it probably is?
It's tempered down a lot. If you were in the CyclingHub chat, you would get like... I think Nils and Gus wanted me to do an audiobook, like live out reading off the chop chat.
Oh sorry, god, Gus. No, that would be crazy. Yeah, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. That's what the old saying goes. But you've got to accept it is what it is.
I heard 30 Ks out. He downed some bicarb. That's why he got the numbers he did.
But the
He's
thing
been
is,
watching our
my
videos.
issue is not with Matthew, whatever. My issue is with the people in the sport, because
Yeah.
if Matthew van der Poel, Matthew is Dutch. He's the Dutch champion winning one of the biggest Dutch races. If he was a Colombian, if he was Spanish, if he was Argentinian, and he did that in Amstel Gold Race, everyone in their pitchforks would be like, okay, come here, you're getting grilled. What
He's
the
got a
fuck,
point.
everyone?
He's got a point.
So,
Tim, do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Just checking. Cam?
I'm going to remain silent on this subject.
But it is unfair that... But then again, it's not happened this time. Like most times when somebody does something extraordinary, people are quick to jump on the wagon and go, hold on 1 second, what's going on here? But you're right.
Yeah.
Like,
I think he's... But
everyone's
like,
gone, oh my God, that was amazing.
Yeah, and I kind of agree with that. He's proven his ability from a younger age in the cyclocross scene, and I've always said I believe that good cyclocross riders make great road riders just because they've got that ability to ride so hard for 1 hour. So if they can do that, if they can replicate that same effort over 4 or 5 hours, then they're going to be up there amongst some of the best road riders. So yeah, I think he's incredibly talented.
So I've
that's all I'm
tampered
gonna
down my take on this a lot from day one, and it is because the same thing, like Matthew has proven himself. The fact that he uploaded his power to Strava is the ultimate sign of transparency. Yes, it can be manipulated, but the fact that he just did that, I applaud it. My issue isn't with Matthew. He's a freak of nature. He did it fair and square. He beat all the other people. It's just the way that it's received that it just leaves such a poor taste. Like,
But wouldn't there be even more of a poor taste in your mouth if everyone had jumped on the bandwagon and gone, that guy's a cheater, and undermined what he did?
no, it's the selection of people saying, like, it's like people calling Armstrong a cheat, but then holding Contador as the best cyclist ever. Like, in cycling, you get to pick and choose your heroes, and it has no sense, no logic. It's based on your opinion and your opinion alone. That's why Matthew van der Poel's victory kind of rubbed me the wrong way, because it's like, would this really be the same? Like, we'll never know, and it was amazing, and the video like we did went viral on CyclingHub, and I'm forever thankful. My take is just, people are dumb.
There you go, everybody. People are dumb. I mean, they're clearly dumb because they call me a cock.
Jesper,
So,
Oh, would you say, Tim?
Jesper making friends as always.
I'm not here to make friends.
I've got one last subject to discuss.
oh, here we go. Bring it. I've not even gone through my Instagram of subjects that we should be discussing.
The bike that Cam will be riding this weekend. Have you seen what they've sent you, Cam?
No.
Check WhatsApp.
Oh.
Are we still rolling?
We're still rolling.
It's the
So just to give you a bit of context, Cam and I are going out to... Where are we going?
Emilia.
Emilia Romagna.
Yeah.
And instead of all the carnage of Cam having to pack his bike up and transport it halfway across Europe, we're just going to do it. I think Jasper's getting one as well, isn't he?
Most likely, yes.
What's wrong with that? Fondrius, mate. Lovely bike.
Oh, I just thought I'd get a
Looks better
first
than
reaction.
Pinarello.
It's Ultegra.
nice. All right, player.
See, Tim, you're gonna go out there and film Cam. What's the plan for Emilia?
Whoa. Hey. Before you start, right? Oi. Timothy. Right? A couple of days ago, I heard from a trusted source. So, right, let me paint the picture, guys. I got a text a few weeks ago. Chris, what are you doing on the weekend of the 5th of May? I was like, I'm doing Tour Yorkshire Sportif. Why? Because I want to just go out and do a Sportif in Italy. Oh, never mind. Tim will do it. I was like, that'd be cool. Tim's awesome on a bike. Tim can just rock out any amount of miles on a bike. He did the Fred Whitten on like a day and a half of training. So then I was in the woods with this young lad, That's why I like to spend my Tuesdays. And he said to me, so Tim's riding a scooter out in Italy. I said, what? He said, yeah, Tim's riding a scooter. He's not doing the sportif. He's riding a scooter so he can film me. I was like, if I was out there, I'd be having to ride this. Yeah. Explain yourself, Timothy.
So, Cam has obviously been out to Italy before and did a really good video. It was really good, and there was a few good vlogs. But then we spoke to the people that we deal with out there, and we said, how could we make it even better? And we decided that by having someone out there to film with him, and also Jesper, who we work with as well, is also going out. So we got 2 people that we work with from CyclingHub out there. Lots of great content.
Sorry.
And then we realised that the best way to get
to ride
the best content is if I was to sit on the back of a scooter and film him.
So you're not even riding the scooter, you lazy ass.
So
I think he came to the same conclusion you did. Having to follow Cam in the mountains of Italy, he might get spat.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, the only way he's going to keep up with him is if he gets on the back of a scooter. Fair play, Tim. I'll let you have that.
Yeah, the itinerary is
video than I'd make.
Looks really difficult.
Nice, that's gonna be fun then, Cam. Are you taking it serious, Cam? Is it? Obviously, it's a bit of a trip for you just to go and ride a bike, but you did pretty well in the last one, didn't you? And it appears that Sportif or Gran Fondo's a pretty big thing over there.
Yeah, they're as big as races, and I think I got top 10 overall. So for sure,
do you get points for that or not?
I mean, nah. I think there's prize money like inside the top 5, but to get inside the top 5, you have to be extraordinary.
I mean, sorry.
See, Cam can say that, but won't touch Matthew Van Der Poel. What the hell?
I didn't say anything. I'm just getting dropped by like 50-year-old men that weigh about 80 kilos. They're just extraordinary.
Wait, Chris is out there? Chris, speaking of sportives, it's what, 3 days away from yours?
3 days, and today's training session is 60-second sprint efforts. Makes sense, right?
Big boy.
Okay, Chris,
starts yesterday.
To make you feel better, Chris.
Yeah, man.
The weather in Harrogate on Sunday is better than the weather in Italy on Sunday.
Screw you guys, I'm going to Yorkshire.
Screw you guys, I'm going home.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. It's the first time I've done a sportif in 11 years.
Are you going to finish top 10?
I'm going to finish top 1. Because I'm only competing against myself.
Here's what you should try. You know how you do the Tour of Watopia? You should start at the back and then try and catch as many people as possible.
In real life, no. No, because I think it's not a closed road either. It's open road, so it's going to be a bit of a
How far is it?
123k, 70 something miles. It should be all right.
A couple of hours work then.
Yeah, I start at 6:30 in the morning. Finish at what's that going to take? 9 o'clock. I'll finish by 9. Boom. Easy. Oh, I'm doing it on a scooter. Did I not tell you? I'm doing it on a scooter. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching to the Grupetto podcast. As ever, on my left, Tim Fulford.
Boosh.
Jesper Anker.
Hello.
And that boy over there.
You're supposed to say goodbye.
Why did you say hello? I always find this the most awkward part of the podcast. Like, what do you say?
Well, hello is the same as goodbye in Danish.
Thanks for
Okay, hello.
See, I was listening last week. Your Danish accent imitation was horrendous.
He said Danish, not Indian. Jesus Christ, Cameron. Unbelievable. Until next time, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that 5-star rating, leave us a review, and peace.
Peace.